So this one I've been holding off for a little bit just because I had to come up with all the ideas. 50 things all Minecraft players hate. Now you don't necessarily hate every single one of these features, because if you do, you'd live a horrible life. But there's probably one thing on this list in which you're like, man, that really does bother me. Granted, Minecraft's a great game. There are some things that induce rage, if that's even a word. By the way, comment down below adding to the list. If you want to do number 51, just type out number 51 and add the personal thing you hate the most about Minecraft, or just an aspect that you hate about Minecraft. Because even though we do love this game, there are some pet peeves that I think everyone kind of has. Just like about life, you know, I love life, but I got some pet peeves. Let's go ahead and get started and enjoy. Finding all these teams in game. You know, I love playing survival games and just looking through the chat and seeing all the people who want a team. Or maybe I'm just bad and I can't beat a team. It's probably the case. Whenever Minecraft freezes or crashes, it's the greatest thing. Now this is for the select few, but whenever you try playing with shaders, there's gonna be like 50 people in the comment section that are like, I can play with shaders, max 200 FPS, 1000 million FPS. Do you hear my computer right now? It is having an aneurysm. Even though I am getting good FPS, I think. You have to be blessed with that graceful computer that doesn't scream at you every time you play with it.
That's what she said!
If you ever know someone is using hacks or calls hacks on you, that's the worst. Like, you know that maybe someone's getting hundreds of headshots and you go and you try to attack them, whether it be Quakecraft, survival games, and you know it's just not happening. Like, you're going to get wrecked no matter what. Or you're having the game of your life and you're just totally wrecking someone else and they call hacks on you. It's like one of those things, like, you want that satisfaction, you want that personal gratification that you did good, and they're not willing to give it to you. Dying to a noob. Okay, I'm trying to die here to just exaggerate it, but this guy literally won't kill me. Like, whatever he does, he won't try to. Finally, he died. Or I died. When you compare Minecraft to Roblox or Terraria, these games aren't the same. They all have different aspects. Terraria is 2-dimensional, Minecraft is 3-dimensional. Roblox is like a bunch of mini games in a whole different genre than the other two. Just because two of them have the same kind of game mechanics doesn't mean they're the same, or two look the same doesn't mean they're the same. But that'd be kind of like comparing Call of Duty to Contra. If you know what Contra is, put in the comment section down below and put hashtag old people win. You are a savage if you know that. Now, one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone says they're better at building than you. Now, I don't like to call myself an excellent builder, but I think I have some skills. But you know, I'll get done building something like this house right here. Very proud of it, think it's good looking, you know, put a lot of time and effort into it. And then someone says, I can build something better than you. And they build something like this, and it looks like this. This thing looks like a bunch of Lincoln logs and potato skins. And they have the nerve to compare that to this. I swear, whenever I'm trying to parkour something, usually on like an epic jump map, I forget to put it on peaceful, so it tends to go out very bad for me. I'll jump from one thing to another and I realize I don't have sprint anymore, you know, running out of hunger, and I die. This really isn't a problem though if you play on like multiplayer servers and then you set the right settings on your Minecraft game. Encountering this type of person on a server, I don't know if this is just a personal vendetta for me, but I hate these guys right here. Granted, I love cows, I love what they give me. They give me beef, they give me steak, they give me life. One thing these guys are not good for is for Minecraft. You don't know this, but they're out to get you. I mean, these are the worst. These are worse than creepers, zombies, skeletons, zombie pigmen. They're just bad. So this one right here is a little bit different, and it's kind of a love-hate thing. So whenever you complete a project, whether it be like a server or a build, it's really cool. You get this really, like, you know, sense of satisfaction that you really did something good, especially something as big as like that or that or that house over there. If you do a really big thing that takes a while to actually complete, it's awesome. But then after, you're like, well, now what do I do? And that's probably one of the worst feelings, that what do I do now feeling. Usually you just figure out a build, but for the people who aren't great with ideas, of course it would be raining right now. It's probably one of the things I hate the most, is starting the next project after just coming off that high of doing really good. But then again, it's one of those hates that you kind of want to get. It's like, I love to hate that because I love the feeling of completing things. Now this is for all you people who don't like to play 1.9. I mean, who would? But whenever you forget that you're not playing 1.9 and you try to get on a 1.9 only server, you just realize you gotta close back out and then come back in. The dreaded cannot connect to server. That guy who names his worlds New World. Along with that, we're gonna go with having too many saves. Now you can organize it well, you can name everything, but if you're one of those guys who has like hundreds of saves, or just like tons and tons of saves, and you can't remember everything you title unless you're like specifically making a specific title for everything. But something like this, like PMC5, MM House, Beach Map, like I organized a lot of these, but I still don't remember. Or something like houses and house, like what do you do? Dying to one of those guys. Just any mob in general, they're just so annoying. But they make the game so much fun, so that's what's so awesome about it. I mean, you could literally be like toting the edge right here, and that guy will be going after you. Minecraft cave farming wouldn't be fun without these bad boys. Or those bad boys. Whenever you die and then you lose your resources, like you just go around, especially when you're in a cave, you go around searching for your resources, and you already aren't very well equipped because, well, all your resources are down there, and you're having to go through, you know, dodge zombies, to hopefully not get exploded by creepers, and it's just quite the mess. I mean, you know, one bad turn and you see this guy right here, and you might as well just kiss your resources goodbye. It's kind of like musical chairs. Who gets the resources next? Maybe you're cave farming or you're doing something and you get really deep into a cave and you pop out and you don't end where you started, and then you lose your house somewhere. This is a problem that can be easily fixed by creating a trail, but sometimes you just don't have the hindsight and you get so engulfed into the cave farming that you can't find out where your house is. I've even gone to the extent of just making a new house. Whenever I get booted for a VIP, it's going down, or they're just not getting my service on that server. I'm not paying for VIP. I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. Clicking on a very enticing Minecraft animation, but realizing it's not living up to the hype. Tell you what, I do that all the time. You know, you see something like a really cool remix, or looks like a really cool remix of a song that you like a lot, and you're hoping it's going to be good. You click on it, and it's something like this. People literally just go into F5 and then just nod their head, or act like their gameplay is a Minecraft animation, or use one of those weird animation helper websites. Whenever I join an incomplete server, something that really just can't support you, doesn't have mini games like it says, or all of them happen to be out of service, or just a server that doesn't live up to the hype. Now, as a Minecraft player, I think we all do like a little bit of constructive criticism, but one thing I think a ton of people hate is when people literally critique everything in your build. You could just get done with an amazing build like this, and someone literally would come over here and just be like this. It'd be like, yeah, that right there, not enough depth right there. While we're looking at that, that's not proportional to that, which is doesn't circumvent around there, creating a perfect Pythagorean theorem. Everyone knows you have to have a perfect Pythagorean theorem in at least one structure in the building to make it a complete square root of a 10 out of 10 build. And I'm just thinking to myself, you nitpick the crap out of that. Whenever you download an incomplete mod, half the crap looks like this. I mean, there's like big blocks in the way. A lot of times they'll have like this pink glow about what should be a texture, or it just crashes your game. Like, please do not release a mod unless you know that thing is 100% perfect. And let's give you 95%. We can have a few bugs here and there, but I want to know what I'm selecting. Whenever you go on vacations, it's one of those things where you go and it's always right when you're doing something very important. Like you're just getting done with a build, or you're in transition between builds. You're just getting good at survival games. Always when your progression is going, that strikes. You have to go on vacation, and you're always sitting there thinking, well, I could play on my phone, but it's just not the same. Making YouTube videos, that's deadly right there. I'm just kidding. Most of that is probably just self-imposed because of the type of content I make. But overall, you should give it a shot as well. Getting onto Minecraft when you realize you haven't updated yet, or just staying at 1.8 until 1.9 gets its crap together. Getting judged for playing Minecraft. This is one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people who play Minecraft hate, is the fact that other people judge you for playing the game. Just a game, we're all gamers. I mean, if you play Dark Souls 3 or if you play Minecraft, you're still a gamer. So when people come on either to my videos or a random video and just say, this is the reason why I don't play Minecraft. Like, you can hate on a community, but I think it's just because you're jealous that your community is not as big as this community. That's why I feel a lot of people are like they don't like Minecraft. I mean, it's not like a game that is immature. I think people believe it's immature, but the complexity of the game is a lot more than what scratches the surface. So by judging it, I just feel it's kind of irrelevant. So if someone judges you for playing this game, show them this video and tell them I'm coming after them. Or all 271,000 of us are coming after them. BAM! When you accidentally break something in an adventure map, that's very important. Whether it be a piece of text or just like a redstone component and the map goes completely kaplunky. That's happened to me a few times, and then I don't know where to go next. It's like taking a whole page out of the book when I do that, and I just think to myself, God, I wish there was an undo button. When you accidentally join the wrong lobby and you don't realize it, and you're the only one in the lobby forever until you're waiting, you either have to do that or you have to return to lobby. You know, you think you're going to get in this survival game server, people are going to join, and then they actually don't. They all go to another lobby. Well, that was a waste of about 3 seconds. On the contrary to accidentally deleting something, maybe you're adding something to a redstone creation. For all you redstone creators, you definitely have some frustrations, because I know you don't get everything on the first time. You have to actually work, critique some more, and then critique some more after that. So it's a very frustrating process, but it's actually worth it because that satisfaction, like I said, just like building a Minecraft house, you hate the process, you hate what's after it, but that feeling of getting something accomplished is overwhelmingly better than the feeling of hatred. Whenever you get backstabbed, you know, you maybe want to team with someone, not in Hunger Games, maybe just like a factions or something where teaming is acceptable. There's even game modes for Hunger Games specifically designed for teaming, like you can create teams. But then you get backstabbed. You know, you got your narc, you got your mole, you got that person that's like, I'm really on the other side the whole time. Well, they see like 6 guys over there all in a group and they see you and they're like, let's get some respect. Backstab. And you just give them the look the whole time. So this has got to be probably one of the more sensitive topics on the list. We're going to be talking about when someone joins your world. Joining a world is like going into someone's house. You don't mess with the house. You go in, you're only allowed to do things when someone tells you to. When someone goes into your world and starts just making things, it's just an intrusion. It's like this is yours. You don't need to put your spice. When I want you to do something, I'm going to tell you. And you get stuff like this, or something like that. I mean, that looks like a freaking marshmallow. Don't even put that in my world. Put something like that. Not that, not that, that. For all you adventure players out there, I'm going to highlight the thing you probably hate the most. A crappy adventure map. When someone gives you an adventure map, they need to give you good instructions and have the map work. When the map doesn't work, or you just don't know where the heck you're going, it makes it horrible. I mean, it's like one of those stories, you know, whenever you play like a story mode on a game and you don't know where to go, usually you can just like search on Google, like, where do I go? But Minecraft adventure maps, there's not like certain guides, so you're just gonna have to try to figure it out yourself, or if it's even like really bad, you just gotta give up at certain times. Or like a Redstone Creation supposed to be in the map, it doesn't work, that sucks too. Whenever I come across things like this,
I have to throw it, poo, it can't be Minecraft! Minecraft was there for all of gaming. You can get it anywhere. For all my life, every single moment of my life has been playing on Minecraft.
just makes me embarrassed. Like, you are not doing any good for the community. Please stop while you can. These are the definitions of probably about 10% of the community that does that. I mean, yeah, it's probably compiled of a lot of about 6 to like 16-year-old kids, but a lot of them are pretty mature for their age. They're not like They build, they do things, and they don't act like complete idiots. That is an idiot. Like I said, you have your good and your bads, but it's for some reason, it's just nature and society in general, we tend to highlight that bottom 1% of our communities, whatever community you're in, stereotype the whole community as being that, and that is your definition. So you look at weightlifters, you think of these big old steroid guys who are just juiced up. You think of rock stars, you think of people who are literally doing cocaine in the back of the room while just headbanging all the time. And then you think of Minecrafters and you think of a squeaky old little 10-year-old who screams all the time and doesn't know the difference between butter and gold. Hence that example. But in reality, a majority of these people, weightlifters, there's a lot of people who don't act like meatheads. They're just actual normal people. There's a lot of rockers who just, they play guitar here and there. There's normal people, and that compiles a majority of the group, but we tend to just, label the bottom 1%, not the top 1%, the bottom 1% as the whole community. Now, a lot of you guys are smart out there and you know how to craft a lot of things, and you probably have, the crafting guide mods installed. But if you're a hardcore vanilla player, or you just don't want to have that advantage, you want to make sure you can kind of remember things. One of the things you hate is when you forget, or mostly when you forget how to craft something. Maybe something that you crafted before and you know how to do it, but you just kind of forgot. Whether it be making a potion or doing something like, making a certain tool, even though those are pretty easy. Crafting certain things can be a little difficult. Even if it's vanilla Minecraft and a majority of stuff you can generally remember, some things, they can get past you, and that's a very one of those moments where you're like, man, I hate that. Now, a lot of these things that I talk about, it's one of those love-hate things. I mention it a lot, and it's basically where, you love it, and then you can also hate it. Same with the enchantment table. This can be something that you can absolutely hate, trying to find the right enchantment, whatever it is, for your enchantment table. Now, I'm just like going back and forth, but trying to find that level 30 or whatever you're trying to get, that can be hard, and especially when you do it and you get the wrong thing. Nobody wants to get whatever the thing is that kills spiders. Nobody wants to get that. Everyone wants to get sharpness and all these other things. They don't want to get certain enchantment. But also, on the contrary, one of the best things is when you get that, when you get what you want, and it's the perfect sword, it's the perfect armor, it's the perfect whatever. That's a great feeling. But it's not a great feeling to not get what you want. Finding a fanboy in Minecraft. Now, this doesn't relate to anyone. It could be an xBuzzerman fanboy. I don't know if I have any. It could be a Sky Does Minecraft. Could be a Dan TDM. Could be this, could be that. The best players are who watch all of them, and know the references to everything, and they're pretty cool. But if you're like obsessed with this certain person and you project it on every server you play on, a lot of people don't like that. Even though there are like specific servers for that, and you can do that, and that's where you need to be. That's where you express your fandom. Even though I don't consider y'all fans. I consider y'all like peers. I don't like to call my subscribers fans, because I just feel like that puts me too high on a pedestal, and I don't feel I deserve that, the type of content I make. Please never be the guy who gives you any golden material. There are viable options that are way better. Iron is way better and it's more abundant. Do not make gold stuff. Only if you want to be on a fashion contest. Yeah, go ahead. Make gold in everything. But otherwise from that, stick off it. Or if someone says, hey, can you make me a sword? Hey, can you make me a pickaxe? If you come with a golden thing, a golden pickaxe or a golden shovel, you're going to get some looks of disappointment. I hate that moment when you find the perfect cave. I mean, even when you have like lava, like I have it right here, and you're always looking around and you can't find any diamonds. Like you're on layer 12, you've done the perfect formula to find diamonds, yet there aren't any there. I hate going into deathmatch and Hunger Games underdressed. You get you're killing a lot of people, you're doing good, but then you realize this is what you're wearing. And you look at the other guy and he's like this, you know you can't win. Unless you're like Goku or something. That moment when you exit before saving. Now, I'm no opposed to getting out the game fast, you know, getting in and out, doing your thing. But the worst feeling is when I just accidentally think of exiting before I save my game. It's a tragic experience. You know, you think of, it happens in a lot of games. You think of like when you're on a browser, all you have to do is just exit. Well, that's not the case with a game. And then sometimes you get the two crossed up. You're thinking you're on a browser and you accidentally click out. Especially if you have like dual monitors, it's worse because you know you have a browser on the other side on one screen while you're playing the game on another. I hate it when someone accuses me of building something with MC Edit. I get it for this build and that build a lot, and not really that build, but that build and that build I get it a lot. Or if they accuse me of building something uncreative. Now this house right here, this was not creative at all. I actually had all the supplies right here, and I built this house in a lot of my worlds, and I think it's a pretty cool looking house. And a lot of people accuse me of building it on creative because it does look a little bit more complex than what you just normally see. Getting interrupted, really bad. It's always when you're playing at a very critical time. You get interrupted. Someone just barges in, and you're... oh, the anger you build up sometimes. Or the person that, you know, that gently comes in, comes out, gently comes in again 2 minutes later, comes out, gently comes in the third time, and they just keep coming in and out, and you're just over here like... I get whiplash sometimes with how much people come in and out of my room. Now this thing is rare, but when you find it, it's awful. A zombie baby. I hate those little guys. They are the only baby in the world that you don't like. There he is. There's the little guy right there. I hate him so much. Look, he's not even dying by the fire. This little guy, super fast, hit you very hard, and they aren't babies. They're like little demons. They're little gremlins. Look how fast he's going. Look how fast he's going. And he will murder you. Anything to do with xBuzzerman I hate. Like I said, you can't say it anymore. Game, set, match. Searching for the end in survival is so annoying. Having to go and pick these bad boys up. Getting your Eye of Enders and then just throwing them up and finding it every time. It's like a little search. But once you find it, it's actually quite fun. So we're going to just keep looking. And I'm not going to attempt this because sometimes it can take upwards of half an hour. The dreaded death in hardcore. I mentioned this once, but I'm going to emphasize it again. I hate when people mess with my stuff. Don't come into my world. Don't mess with my server. This could be like a creative plot you made on a server. This could be your tools, just your regular world, your Pocket Edition world, your Nintendo DS world. You work on that. I know all of you have hard work. You don't want anyone messing with it. Griefers. Now, I don't know if this one applies to everyone. This is more just like account shares. People who share, like maybe like families who share the same Minecraft account, desktop computer. If you all have different Minecraft accounts, logging into the wrong account can be very tedious. I used to do that when I had a friend come over all the time. He'd put in his password and stuff and play, and then, well, I'd stay in his account by accident. I want to be xBuzzerman. I don't want to be anyone else. This has got to be my least favorite thing. I hate forgetting my password. If I forget my password, it's just like an apocalypse has occurred. And then I have to use like Da Vinci's Code Pythagorean theorem to try to figure it out. I mean, we're just having your account hacked or stolen. That's happened to a lot of people. I know there was a recent issue where like 7 million people got their accounts hacked. So watch out there. Watch out the certain type of servers you get on. Getting called a noob. Nobody likes getting called a noob. Even if you are a noob, you don't like to be called a noob. This relates to just gaming too long in general, but Minecraft in particular. That sensation you get in your eyes from playing too long. That just like crusty, hard headache feeling that you absolutely feels like people are sticking needles in your eyes. But sometimes you gotta finish a build. Like it is essential to finishing this build. Alright guys, that was all 50 for you. 50 things Minecraft players hate, and that's a lot of things to hate in Minecraft, but mostly these are just little pet peeve things, and you might have like one or two. I only have like, I tried to kind of relate to every single one of them. I do not have that feeling about all 50 of these. Don't get me wrong. I probably have a feeling for about five pet peeves that I really have. But otherwise, comment down below the one thing or maybe the few things that you hate most about Minecraft besides me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks once again, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.